A dream or a nightmare? It was hard to say for sure. The sky was so much darker now, shadows, hazy and obscure. While Phoenix got his bearings, Knolly never missed a beat, just dove headlong into the mist, this strange new world to greet. A peculiar feeling of dread hung all around. The little boy listened but could not hear a single sound. The fog came in wisps and grasped and clung to him, and still no birdsong, squawk or tweet escaped from the din. As his eyes adjusted, he decided to walk on, in the search for his Knolly, wherever she had gone. He began to notice movement to his left and to his right, though the haziness and gloom kept it almost out of sight. Scared but curious, he veered to one side and stepped closer to a shape the mist had tried to hide. A shape that lay there quivering, the outline of a child, with bandages around her mouth and covering her eyes. The boy recoiled back in horror at the scene, opened his mouth to issue forth a scream, but no scream there was to hear. The silence still held sway. The harder he tried, the more it took his breath away. As the moments passed, the scene began to clear, but the weight upon his shoulders did not help his growing fear. The air became so heavy that he could not raise his head, so just stood there feeling helpless, staring at the ground instead. From the corner of his eyes, he saw more people draw near, and from out of the gloom they gradually appeared. They dragged themselves around, their bodies low and bent, and that hollow, empty sound followed everywhere they went. Just as all seemed lost and there was no hope to find, a familiar loss and there was no hope to find earth from behind. Phoenix craned his neck around with all the strength he had, as Knolly, coming bounding, ran up to lick his hand. He felt his spirits rise and that strange depression lift. He reached to hug his dog and thank her for her gift. But she ran straight to the strangers and barked for him to come and bring comfort to these people, the blind, the deaf, and dumb. Phoenix sprang into action without a second thought and went round every person, untying all the knots. One by one, the bandages drifted to the ground, and the people stared in wonder, but still did not make a sound. They rubbed their eyes, creaked their bones, and they straightened to the full height, and gradually adjusted from the dark to the light. Then the little girl he first met, massaging her jaw, spoke a single word and looked up at him in awe. A woman standing near her took her up into her arms. No more, the embrace promised, would she ever come to harm. A low humming murmur rose up to a deafening roar. Knolly leapt excitedly. Phoenix felt like he could soar. Then the little dog ran off and Phoenix had to trail behind. If she disappeared again, she'd be very hard to find. Around the little hill lay another shining pool. Knolly dove straight in, so the little boy did too.